Am I the asshole for my reaction after my husband sold the tea set that my deceased mother gave me? I, 35F, been married to my husband, 37M, for 3 years. We live in a rented apartment in a nice neighborhood. My dream has always been to own a house on our own and won't have to pay rent anymore. I'm a physician, my husband is a construction worker. We're doing fine financially, but he's always complaining about me not doing enough even though I make a ton of money, even though I handle all of our 2-year-old daughter's expenses, food, clothes, toys, etc. I also pay most of the rent. It's because he says I'm a physician I make more. He has a box for his own savings that he keeps in our bedroom that has been sitting there since 2017. I myself have no idea what he's saving for. He always complains that I threw money away whenever I buy new stuff for the apartment. He sold his car and that resulted in me getting my own car, then he threw a fit because of it, basically talking about my salary. He recently started selling stuff via online, stuff like set of kitchenware that I bought not too long ago, furniture, lamps, etc. When asked him about it, he argued that 1, he doesn't make as much as I make, therefore he had to sell stuff. And 2, I'm a doctor, I have money, I can always buy replacements. I have put up with that until last week, when I came home and my husband told me that he sold the 15-piece European ceramic tea set that my deceased mother gifted me for my wedding online for $255. I was too shocked. I literally yelled at him for touching my tea set and selling it without my consent. He lashed out saying I overreacted because this tea set has been sitting in the cabinet for some time and that we never used it. Said that again, since I make a lot of money, then I can get a better, more modern tea set. But this set had a sentimental value. It was important to me. It's literally the last thing I have from my mother after my siblings treated me poorly and didn't let me have anything. It was personal that he had no right to sell no matter what. He told me that he needed the money to pay someone he owed money to for 2 months, and didn't want to come to me for money. When I demanded that he returns the tea set, he said that he'll just pay me $225 from his savings soon, so I just need to drop it. I told him no and the argument didn't stop. He called me ridiculous for how I reacted. I took my daughter and went to stay with my dad. I told him what happened and my husband called and was angry that I told my dad about personal issues after talking to my dad. To answer the question, no, he does not have any drinking nor drug addiction problems. I don't come near that box because he'd tell me to respect his privacy and that it's personal, not that he's saving to buy a house or something. So I just let him. I never really bothered him about it, but it's true he's definitely hiding something from me and won't even discuss it.
Damn, you need a lawyer. This guy screams financial abuse. He's making you pay for everything and saving his own stash and then selling your stuff to get more money. Not the asshole. Protect yourself.
Info. Have you started to figure out why he's so desperate for money lately? Your issue isn't about a tea set. It's about what he's doing and who he owes. Because it's pretty obvious the answer to that is the elephant in the room here.
Not the asshole. Your husband has some sort of problem. Whether it's gambling or drugs, you need to find out and fast. He's using his money for something, expecting you to pay for everything, and now he's selling your stuff on top of it so he can use the money he makes from selling your stuff. Something is not okay. Go home, get your valuables, and go back to your parents with your children until you figure out what is going on.
Sue, not the asshole. What your husband did is absolutely horrific. He would be the asshole for selling all of the other stuff too, FYI. The fact he sold a gift that's sentimental to you. I am honestly horrified. Were all the items he sold previously also yours, bought with your own money, without your consent? If so, I would be billing him for every item he sold, plus demanding the tea set is returned. Yes, you make more money, however income is to be shared, not stolen. And you don't even have to share it with him. That's very much your choice to do that.
Not the asshole. I believe this should be grounds for a divorce. He constantly makes remarks about you making more. He constantly hides his own money, and now he's sold off one of your possessions and attempted to gaslight you over it. Sounds abusive.
Info. Have you ever looked into the box in the bedroom where he allegedly saves money? I don't think he's really saving money.
Not the asshole. I'm betting there is nothing in his savings. I wonder if he is feeding some sort of illegal, clandestine activity.
NTA. I'll tell anyone any fucking thing I want. Get the tea set back, or get a divorce lawyer.
Not the asshole. Holy shit. Get your ducks in order. Duck 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 duck.
Not the asshole, as other comments state financial abuse. For now take the box and tell him it's all yours till he gives the tea set back. Where is the tea set now? Did he ship it off or just inform you that it was sold?
Not the asshole, and I'm extremely concerned about this relationship. It was yours and it's not about the money. Doesn't matter if you use it or not, it's sentimental. Your husband's actions scream abuse. Maybe not physically, but financially and emotionally. I'm very concerned about you. Do you have someone you can talk to? Maybe your dad? File a police report. File a complaint with eBay if you can. Offer to buy back the tea set from the purchaser as they didn't intentionally act as a receiver of stolen goods. Contact a lawyer ASAP. Take the lawyer's advice about how to protect your finances and assets in the event you decide to divorce. Possibly get a storage unit and move anything you want to keep into it. Then, after all that, tell your husband it's marriage counseling or divorce. This is not a sustainable situation. The party where he's angry that you spoke to your father about what is going on in your life is, by itself, an entire Soviet parade of red flags. What your husband is doing is not normal and it is not acceptable.
Not the asshole. Since the tea set was sold online, is it still at your home? I would just take it so he can't ship. There is something seriously wrong. If he has access to your money, I'd hide it ASAP because he's going to take it and run.
Not the asshole, but your hubby sure is. He sounds jealous of your success, and to me this is financial abuse. Talk to a lawyer. Get your ducks in a row. Unless you want your life you be like this forever. It doesn't sound like this relationship is going to work. Also go onto the online marketplace, explain the situation and see if you can't buy your tea set back. I'm a DVM. My father is a contractor. My mother is a housewife. This is classic substance abuse and or gambling. You just can't be objective because it's your life. Trust me on this one. Get a lawyer. Lock down your money. Look to see if he's opened things in your name. Grab your kid and run. He also may have another kid out there. Not the asshole. Something is seriously off here. If you both are bit in financial trouble, why is he so desperate for money? Gambling addiction. Some weird phobia. Is he planning on leaving you soon?
Not the asshole. You began the story with a bunch of reasons why you should never have married this guy and continued it with more reasons why you shouldn't have married him, and now you seem surprised that you probably should divorce him.
Not the asshole. Do you have a good relationship with his family? Can you talk to them about his behavior?
How are you smart enough to be a doctor when you can't even tell you are being robbed? He has a gambling or drug problem, or you are supporting his side chick. Wake up, lady. The dick can't possibly be worth what he is doing to you.
Guaranteed, this man has a gambling, sex worker, alcohol or drug addiction. If he's selling things en masse and being incredibly secretive and defensive about it, he's hiding something. Trust me, I know from experience. I, too, respected privacy at the time, only to find out I was being duped. This is a form of financial abuse, too. I really hope you're able to safely get out, if you so choose to.
Not the asshole. Sounds like he's developed a complex about you making more money.
Not the asshole. You need to find out if your husband has a gambling or drug problem. In the meantime, you need to make sure your financial assets are protected from him. You also need to make it clear that he returns your tea set, or the next conversation will be with a lawyer. Meanwhile, my petty ass says you should just be petty and take something that means everything to him and sell it for $2.25, and when he finds out, just tell him he can get over it and that you'll pay him the $2.25 soon. Info. Wow, so much here. 1. Why does he need his own savings versus a combined savings fund? Also, why a box versus a bank? 2. If you're buying stuff new at $20 and he resells it 2 weeks later for $15, does he understand that you're losing money as a family? 3. Do y'all talk about finances at all? Do you have a shared vision of what you're saving towards and how you're going to get there? Obviously, you're going to contribute more dollars to joint expenses, but it should be proportional to income. ETA, the tea set thing is incredibly unholy, but I see it as a symptom of a more systemic root cause. Finances can be a huge wedge and if you don't get this sorted, it's going to end your marriage. Not the asshole. Assuming you want to try and work things out, your husband owes you a full and transparent look at the actual state of his personal finances, along with a commitment to counseling. He cannot simultaneously insist that he has enough money to buy whatever he wants whenever he wants, while berating you for not making enough of a contribution and selling off everything that's not nailed down. And if you don't particularly feel like trying to work things out with a guy who clearly considers your feelings and priorities irrelevant, well, I suppose your lawyer will find out what the hell he's been squirreling cash away for soon enough.
Not the asshole. This is abuse. You need to leave. But on the way out, let's talk cash. Box you, can't touch, selling random stuff for money. Honey, it's an addiction and I bet it's drugs because of the box. I know you said it's not drugs or gambling, but do you really believe that? Is there a more reasonable explanation? What's that saying doctors use, when you hear hoof beats think horses not zebras?
Not the asshole. He had no right to unilaterally decide to sell anything of yours, and him choosing to steal from you to pay a debt is an egregious breach of trust. Stay with your dad. And if you want to remain married to your husband, the bare minimum is you getting your tea set back and him getting individual therapy to unpack why he thought in any way stealing from you was better than being honest about his debt and asking for money. Couples therapy probably isn't a bad idea either. If you don't want to remain married to him, an internet stranger, think that is 100% a valid course of action. I know I'd be filing for divorce within hours if my spouse sold the tea set I got from my grandma and told me to get over it.
I just want to say that I had a couple similar warning signs I ignored. He never stole from me, but wanting to use my credit cards for everything and not his, and long story short, it turned out my husband had gotten addicted to mobile phone games and was buying lots of add-ons jewels. Tens of thousands of dollars of them. He was then ashamed to let me know of this, so did some dumb shit to try to keep it hidden. Not the asshole. He's got no right to take your things. But the bigger issue is, why is he so desperate for money? Find out.
Not the asshole. Your husband sold one of your heirlooms. Not the asshole. He sounds terrifying. Please take care of yourself and your child. Also, please look in the box. I need to know what's in there.
Not the asshole. This is abusive behavior. You took the tea set with you, or had he already sent it off?
Not the asshole. Why are you with this doofus?
Not the asshole. Does he have a drug problem? Gambling? Another family? Because if he's making money, paying few bills, and keeping a stash of cash in a box, something dodgy is going on. How is he owing, guys, money, so he's stealing stuff from you? Don't go back to him, at least until you work out where all the money is going. Not the asshole. What is wrong with him? That is a major red flag. He is really trying to control what you buy, and it's your money and your tea set. He had no right to do that. You should find who bought it and ask to return it for the money back.
Not the asshole. Just wanted to chime into the chorus of people telling you something is not right here. Stay with your dad. Leave your daughter there and go to the apartment you think your husband won't be there, and clear out anything of yours or hers of value. Your husband is into something, gambling, drugs, pregnant mistress, who knows? Then get to a lawyer and buckle up. I would not confront him. If he's backed into a corner and realizes gaslighting you won't work any longer, just be safe. Not the asshole. You need a lawyer. Your husband is hiding something. Clearly he having big financial issue, either because of drugs problems or maybe gambling problem. But the whole, selling things online like a madman, is a clear indicator that he's having tons of debts somewhere.
Not the asshole. I can't put my finger on exactly what the red flag is, but I know that it's here and it's massive. I'm a little curious as to why you're married but don't have a joint account. He seems resentful of how much you make, and that money box suggests to me that he both doesn't trust you and is planning to leave you. On top of that, he seems to think he's entitled to your property purely because you have so much more than he does, but he won't share his belongings with you. This doesn't sound like a partnership. It feels almost like he's competing with you for something and building a little nest eggs for when he finally wins. I'm genuinely worried about you.
Okay, so this post is all about search engine optimization. Note the very specific way the tea set is described. Who describes anything that way?
Not the asshole. He owes money to someone and he's selling personal possessions to pay it off? That is not a legal debt. Your daughter could be in danger if someone comes after him for money.
Not the asshole. He's off the rails.
Not the asshole, tentatively. Question: if you have been allowing him to do all this to you by not enforcing boundaries and consequences, then what would you allow him to do to your daughter?
NTA and file a police report. Report to the site as stolen. Get your tea set back and get yourself a better husband. One that doesn't see you as an ATM.
Your husband is selling your things for cash and asking you to use your own money. You just need a divorce. He doesn't respect you and just sees you as a paycheck. Either that or get everything in his box into a savings account that you can at least watch, if not have access to. This is so fucked up op. I have sold a few things online. I could sell a lamp for $10, but then if I decide I need a lamp, I'll go to the store and spend $50. Selling stuff isn't a good way to make money. It's better to save and use what you have. He's just collecting cash for himself and it's disgusting.
There are addictions other than drinking or drugs. He clearly has something going on that he isn't telling you. His actions are sus AF. Have you two tried couples therapy at all? Truth be told, the way things are blowing up, it's possible it may not help now, but it's always worth a shot.
Not the asshole. Also get a lawyer. Sounds like your husband is selling off assets, so when either of you file for divorce there is nothing to divide. He keeps his savings out of the banks so there is no paper trail. Start separating your finances. He is going to try to make himself look as poor as possible.
Not the asshole. It was yours and from your mother. He had no right selling it because it was not his to sell. Also, you are married, so why does he have his own savings?
Not the asshole, and please leave. Who expects someone to buy something, goes and sells it, then says, oh, you can buy another one. Are you funding his garage sale? Why is this the second T-set post I've seen this week?
Not the asshole. He is stealing money from you. Do you have a prenup? Or a way to ensure your assets are protected? If he's selling things very personal to you for his own money, it's obvious he has the potential to do much worse. NGL, if it was me, I'd be worried that he's maybe spending it on something, or someone, that he doesn't want you to know about.
This screams some type of addiction or secret life. If he gets to keep all his earning, which if you cover everything seems to be the case, there should never be a reason for him to be this desperate for money. If you know it or not, him putting most financial responsibility on you is a form of financial abuse. You need to end it with him and leave the marriage. This is not okay.
Not the asshole, but if he is not drinking or drugging, he either has a side piece he is supporting or a gambling problem. This is not going to be fixed by the internet. You need to know why if you are paying most of the bills he owes people money.
Not the asshole. Your husband is for selling your things.